Alright, what is going on, guys? This is Jbird, and I haven't done a video like this in a long time, but today I'm going to be doing a review of a 6s official, the week 2 for Snakewater, for the 6s team I'm on, and the POV will be my own on Pocket Soldier. Quick run through, it's just UGC Steel, but I don't know, I wouldn't call it sandbagging on my part, just because, well, my DM is probably higher than the majority of the people in the league. The majority of my team, I'd say at least 4 of the players, and maybe even the 5th is also pretty fresh to 6s. Almost everybody is completely new to competitive, outside of maybe some Highlander experience. So for the majority of the things, I am the only person with any 6s experience whatsoever, especially map knowledge, things like that. So as the Pocket Soldier, I kind of came on just to kind of get people through this, kind of help them learn, and it's been a bit of a learning experience for me as well. It's been really fun. So I am Pocket Soldier. Take the majority of the heals. I do the main calling on the team, so I control most of the flow of the game. You won't see a whole lot of, I don't think there's any, it's just the first half of the official. I won't spoil, well, okay, I can say exactly what happened. The first half goes to a tie, and then the second half we ended up having a bunch of Steam crashes and everybody, and it ended up 4-2 was the final for them, so they won. But the first half was really good. Really good example, I think, of what you can do in 6s, kind of positioning. The team moved pretty well together, and so did they. So it was a nice even match. Good idea for a POV, I thought, and maybe give people a little bit of an insight to what's going on when you're playing Soldier in 6s, or just kind of the flow of the game. So thought it might be interesting. So we can get right into it now. My team plays, our rollouts or everything, pretty sound. We didn't get too many scrims in on Snakewater or anything like that, but Snakewater's pretty straightforward. I don't think there's really a whole lot you can go over. You rotate, you roll out through cheese, send your scouts up top, more or less, try and get top control. On this map, like a lot of different maps, getting height advantage at the beginning is super important. I try to play around my medic just at the beginning, just in case a roamer gets super aggressive, but I want to try and get a little bit of roof control, see how much damage I can put out. Get a lot of damage on their roamer here, and then kind of fall back to play around my heals. But I think, let's see, yeah, right here, we lose one of our scouts, and then I feel positioning, and then this soldier's coming around the outside, so the call there is just fall out. Fortunately, we do lose our demo as well, but we managed to keep our medic up. Keep the Ubers pretty wow. Keep the Ubers pretty even, and yeah, I called to get out there just because, you know, first round, I don't want everybody get wiped on mid there. I felt like the tide was turning, and sometimes, you know, in 6s on mids, you just have to go all in, and sometimes you just have to, without 100% knowing what's going on, just kind of call it quits and get out. So here we get popped really early. I get a pick on their demo, but the problem is here I push in probably a little farther than I should, and my med kind of follows me in just because, I am the pocket. So he didn't play back as much as I would have liked him to, but I also got a little too aggressive on that Uber, considering how late it was pushed. So I get picked, but the numbers even out pretty nicely here, and they push in with like a single soldier here against 4 players, and even though we don't have a medic, we're putting out really good damage. We lose our scout there. Our scout actually was playing, see, APT there, 4 PT. We'll see him typing in team chat a lot. He had no mic for this map, so he was kind of giving us basic updates, you know, when he died. Mostly just fucking I'm dead, were the general tone of his messages, but if you're wondering why he's posting in chat a lot, that's what's going on. So, see here, we pull out the heavy. It's they should have an Uber advantage here, and Snakewater last is tough to hold, especially when you're going up against a heavy. So when they push in, I don't know where exactly they push in from, but basically the plan is spam them out, get it as early a force as possible, and then spread out and kite the Uber as much. And then once the Uber's faded, focus targets and try to get picks. Brick gets a nice pick on the side here, and they took too long pushing here, and they're going to lose a number, and we're going to get our Uber. So they took a little too long. And that's 6s. The higher you get up in 6s, the better teams get at understanding their advantages, when to push. So there we lose our demo. I get a pick on their Pocket Soldier, and my goal here is just to force their medic. And clearly I have no idea what percentages are either, because he didn't have Uber yet, so I just kill him. That works out nicely, but I do end up dropping myself. But getting the medic there was nice. Unfortunately, we do lose our own medic, and we only have 3 up for last. Luckily, our heavy was holding back the entire time, so this push gets stifled pretty early, and our roaming soldier does a nice job getting up on top here, and kind of pushing them right back out. So I gotta say, for Steel, this team, like, with no experience or anything like that, it's not, the DM was pretty solid on both sides here. I think they had 2 or 3 players with 6s gold experience as well. So, Steel and 6s and UGC is just weird. Like, we've scrimmed some teams that are just, have 0 DM. You know, soldiers aren't great at rocket jumping. And then you play teams like this in the official that have half their team is gold experience, and the other half is relatively new, a lot like us, except I'm the only one with really any experience. So, you know, a weird amalgamation of skill and ability. You kind of have to be ready to play against anybody. So we're pushing out here. We got some picks. I kind of want to prod here. I remember our comms here. I was begging our roamer to go in and make a play. We took a little too long. He didn't get the heals he kind of needed, and then he gets picked off. So instead of pushing the envelope there and trying to go for a greedy pick in lobby, I just decide let's just pull back to last. You know, it's nice to get out and play advantages pushing out from last, but especially on a last point like Snakewater, where it's very easy to defend and very hard to push, especially when the Ubers are even. Sometimes the right decision is just call it quits, get out, hold last with your Uber, and you know, chances are if the DM's even on, or similarly even on both teams, you have a good chance, better than 50-50, to hold your last. So it was a safe call I tried to make there. So here they're pushing in from lower, and they did not commit enough, and they end up losing their demo. And I'm calling my team to rotate over to right side here, because I'm trying to pick them off. So our roamer goes in really early, takes a ton of damage, and does die. Now I'm in here, and I know I'm calling for the Uber, get the force off, and I happen to get a scout as well. So that's nice, but I know that we got the bad Uber there, so I'm just falling out. Back to last here, maybe get another pick, and at that point we might go in, but we lose our demo on the side, so beating this scout is kind of just a consolation pick at the end there. There's not really going to be much we can do. So just prodding here. I know I have heals, they don't, so I know that soldier's not going to be able to hit me. Even if he hits every single rocket crisp in my face, it's not going to kill me, so I see how much damage I can get, maybe get a lucky pick. Back to last for the reset. You know, with a new team, and me myself not being, I mean, I'm very familiar with sixes and the meta and everything like that, but not having a whole lot of sixes experience myself, I just I played it safe on a lot of these pushes where I wasn't 100% sure if we were going to be able to make the push out effectively, and you know, neither of us, we didn't get med picks there, so playing even Ubers again, and they haven't shown that their last pushes have been very effective, so played it safe, and just held Uber a lot on last here. I felt bad for our heavy, or I mean, he was our scout, off-classing his heavy. His stats at the end of this match were horribly skewed, because I mean, he probably played a total of 5 to 10 minutes, literally just sitting on top of that point on last there, spun up, waiting to get some damage out. So there we get a nice pick on the scout. I don't know what he was going for. That was either a pick play or he just caught out early. And then they send out they send their soldier as well. Oh, and another scout. Wow, so they send everybody, and our medic does a nice job of staying alive there and holding his Uber, and that's 2 down and 1 player disconnected, so I'm calling for it. And I want to just go in and push this. We lose our roamer somewhere, but I'm going to get this demo, hopefully, yes. The demo's down, and that's a good pick for us. Keep our heavy on last, and we're going to push out here and do as much as we can. Brick does a good job, our demo, of picking up that soldier. Sometimes you just have to trust your team to get a pick when you know they're focusing a target, and it's more than a 2v1 or a 1v1. So I just jumped over and tried to watch Saw there as early as I could, and let them take care of it, and they did. And it pays off because we get over to Saw just a little bit before them, and we're able to put out good pressure. Me and Brick, while we haven't played sixes too much together, we do have a lot of Highlander experience together. I kind of picked him up late for this team just because we needed a demo, and we work really well. Not so much like we're not like amazing on pushes or anything like that, but we work really well kind of in stalemates situations where we just need to get out really nice coordinated spam and get kind of random picks that you need on the flank. So right now we're steamrolling pretty nicely because they keep bleeding 1 or 2 players in at a time, and they're constantly in a bad spawn point. Our roamer picks up their demo, and I see my medic take some damage there, and I know something must have hit him from behind, something in front of me, so I turn around, and luckily our scout is able to take out their soldier. And right now we're just we're putting out tons of damage and getting tons of pick. This soldier, I hit him with that crisp rocket, and I turn around because I figured he was dead. I remember the comm was soldier under has like 5 HP, and I guess it was the other soldier they're talking about. So I didn't finish him off immediately, but he does get picked. And at this point, I think they're maybe 3 or 4 up, so they just got spawns, and I want to prod here to see if we can get like a really early pick, and we send our scouts in through right, but I'm pretty sure we peek in, take a little bit of spam, realize we're just going to reset this. Yeah, we just reset it. Hold lobby here. This is our last push of the day, so we're going to try and get it right, and building our Uber here with one of our scouts, or not, we're just getting buffs up. I guess we figure they're not going to push it at last. They've been pretty semi-passive, I'd say, so we're not too afraid about our, building advantages and such. So, holding lobby, pretty uneventful here in moments where you're just building Uber relatively slowly for us. I'm sure they already have Uber, but there's no way they can know we weren't building, so especially pushing out of Snakewater last, pretty tough. And I didn't even realize that our medic had the fake Uber bind, but that was a really good time to throw that out there. If you're a medic main, find a key to fake Uber, because if a team hears that was around the time we would have had Uber if we had been building, so that was a perfect time to throw that out there, just to throw off any random aggression there or maybe catch us off guard. We lose a scout underneath, as you can see in chat. He's not pleased with himself, but that happens sometimes. You just get picked off randomly. And I just rotate under. And at this point, we're just trying to keep eyes on all chokes, because there's not a whole lot they're going to be able to do with me full overheals and our demo really controlling that left side. They're not going to be able to push in, so under is really a dangerous spot. Send in a scout, and so at this point, I'm pretty sure I'm calling everyone get your buffs. We're going to be pushing in shortly. And I think as I say that, it's like really weird, unfortunate timing. They push in randomly from the left side with 2 players and pick up our roamer. So again, I'm just saying reset. We have all day here. Like, it's even rounds. We're not obligated to push right now. Take our time. The team is getting a little, new teams get a little antsy, just kind of holding here. But I kept telling them, it's just don't worry, take your time. There's absolutely no rush here. We're in the position of advantage. If they want to throw numbers at us, go for it. But here's really unfortunate. Our med gets popped, and then there's I would have liked to get saved there, but I understand there's like 3 or 4 players kind of swarming around him, everyone taking the same damage. So unfortunate. The last push kind of comes out, just kind of desperation, and then I do skip deaths more or less because uploads take so long on my internet anyway. But long story short, we did not get that last point, obviously, down a bunch of numbers. And we did lose a couple numbers, so I'm not going to. I think I was coming in here. Now I'm prodding just in case anybody really gets extended here, but I know there's going to be no way I can make this push happen. So I'm thinking about it here, and then I'm like, you know what? Not worth it, not worth it. Like, they have a bunch of numbers on point. Let's fall back, get good position. And I do think they end up pushing from under, if I'm not mistaken. So they should have an Uber advantage at this point as well. So basically, I'm trying to get up a little bit forward here, get some good spam out. I'm calling just to spam under because I see they're coming there, because we want to try and get an early force out. And let's see what happens here. I know they're going to push right across point. They did a nice job of actually, doing kind of throwing it right back to us and steamrolling right back across when they had an advantage. So they push us out. We're not able to get a force, but with the way our Ubers are right now, Brick's kind of spamming points. We're going to drop out window, reset, and should be an easy, Uber exchange sometime here at second. I shoot my soldier there and completely bait him out. I thought that was an enemy soldier. He was kind of in the shadows, so hopefully I didn't screw him over too badly there and let everybody know he was there. But I remember calling in comms, like, Jesus Christ, I didn't see you there. So they send a random scout in who gets a nice pick on the flank on our roamer. He does trade with our scout, though, so not too bad. When something like that randomly happens, when a guy blatantly goes in for a pick, especially when it's going to be a stalemate situation, you got to be aware, especially when it's a scout like that they might be coming up on an off-class. I don't think they ended up off-classing once this entire match, but it was something I was calling out regularly, eyes open for spy or sniper in situations like that. Just understanding the situation when people might do that. The demo's getting a little extended to put 100 on him in saw room, and this is where me and Brick are really good, and where I just trust our flank to kind of hold this corner. I get a pick on their scout, and they keep the soldier in as well, and poor decision by them. They lose their entire flank, and I'm telling them to rotate back through saw here, and going back on it, we probably could have just pushed through under and maybe taken our number advantage and the speed, but I think this is actually a pretty good choice. I just checked for stickies, and I know that with the number advantage we have and the Ubers, I kind of want to just take their combo head on here, and this is a terrible Uber for me. Like, I jump at this soldier who's obviously just going to rocket jump away the second I go at him, and they kite our Uber out really hard here. So we get a little bit of time on point, but I know that they have that Uber ready and they're just going to push right back in, so I'm calling don't even try for it. We pull our numbers back here. Yeah, we lose our roamer, unfortunately. I kind of rocket jump out of there, get a little bit fortunate. And look at this, right back to it's nothing happened at all, but they're going to push the envelope here. And I like their aggression. And it pays off. They do a double soldier bomb, get our medic, and I get out, barely. But I think it's, we lose half our team there. So I'm getting out, going back as fast as I can, getting any heals. At a time like this, I would think about going sniper, maybe sitting in right spawn, trying to get an early pick, but with how many numbers down we had, and the fact that they're going to have Uber soon, I kind of want to get forward to maybe get a force out, and then bomb back out, and maybe get my heals from my medic. So they don't push in immediately, which is really nice, lets our medic get up, but they do have a full Uber advantage again, so we do have to be careful. This moment, they're giving me a ton of space on left here, which is a big mistake from them, and I call it. I'm telling Brick on right side there, go over there and get ready to spam them as soon as I do, because I know I'm putting out a ton of damage. So right here, yeah, like I'm hitting every single one of player on their team, and Brick's over on the right side. You can kind of see them on the side of the screen spamming out at the same time, and hoping to get just a random pick, maybe the medic, maybe something, and a roamer picks up a scout. Brick dies, but I'm sure he did enough damage, and they send in a soldier, and all of a sudden the numbers are looking real nice for us. We had a man advantage, so they actually decided to come with the Uber anyway, which I guess they felt the Uber was they're going to lose their advantage, so they didn't even bother with the number advantage at that point, but it does end up hurting them, because now they have a huge number disadvantage. Our heavy is just baking those heals. I made that term up just on the fly there. That didn't make any sense. But yeah, he was eating up all the damage. It's so hard to kill a heavy on top there when you just have one demo, basically. And I get all the cleanup kills because Pocket's the easiest fragging class in the game. You get all the heals and all the Ubers. I saw Scout go under, so I'm going to chase him here. I'm pretty confident our heavy's going to be able to kill him on last here, but I chase him anyway. And it's a good thing I did, because he unfortunately kills our heavy. I don't know how that happened, and he knows he's dead, so he just a little taunt behind the truck. I don't blame him. He gets a random pick on the heavy at the last point there and almost gets out. Good for him, but yeah, he was never going anywhere, especially with the point being capped. So if you see me walking around an A point with my shotgun out like a moron, it's just because I V-models off and didn't realize. This is a really funny play. This was in like one of the recent fractures I put in. I jump this soldier, destroy him, and then like I'm just jumping around. In my comms I'm calling him dead. Like, just don't worry about me. Somehow this demo misses everything. I run around with my skill stick out, survive, and then they're about to cap last. Our something kills something on last. I think our roamer picked a scout, and then somehow this turns around into a very nice push for us. We get second, and we're going to be able to roll on to not roll last. And I'm not taunting here because I'm an idiot. Well, sorry, I am an idiot. I'm taunting here not because I'm an asshole. I'm taunting here because I'm an idiot. I changed a lot of the binds on my keyboard, and taunt was right next to my strafe key. So I think I did that a couple times in scrims and matches, so I wasn't taunting for no reason there. That's just a mistake. We get pretty good numbers in here. They're going to try and contest this, but that's a big mistake. We have Uber advantage. Actually, they do get a nice pick on our scout, on our roamer, sorry. But I know they don't have Uber, so instead of chasing the med there, where I probably wouldn't have gotten him, I decided to just get as much damage on the combo, the demo and the soldier pushing out right there, because if I chase the med, even if I do chase him, it would have taken me through Saw and completely out of the fight, and if that demo and soldier would have had no damage on them, basically, and they could have pushed right back in on our combo. So it doesn't 100% pay off, but I think it keeps majority of our players alive, and we do have to kind of reset and leapfrog this back over and lose midpoint. But not a terrible push by us overall. We just didn't get all the picks we needed to on that push, but we also didn't lose all the people we could have. So, you know, one of those kind of what are you gonna do moments. Sometimes you get the picks, sometimes you don't. A lot of these fights, well, team coordination and just general calming are really important, and knowing the map, it can just sometimes just boil down straight to who wins their 1v1s, right? And it's that's just not always going to happen, especially a game as movement-based and kind of erratic with hitboxes and such as TF2 is. The best player doesn't always win the fight, and the smarter team with the better positioning won't always win the push. So you just got to take it and understand when a push is falling apart, even if it shouldn't, and you've committed. You got to know when to fall out. So this demo, I mean, he gets a pick on our roamer, and I know he's got full overheals, so instead of just shooting a bunch of rockets at him, I try to just kind of surf my way out. And at this point, they start sending their flanking really hard on the left, which they're doing a lot. And I eat a bunch of damage here. Our med pops, good pop, and they've sent everything in right now. I'm not going for the medic here. I know he's got Uber, but I'm really trying to kill this demo, but their med does a really good job, actually, of kiting that damage and not letting their demo die and not popping. And I end up dying for it, and so do, I think, 3 or 4 players on our team. So, not looking good for us. I kind of skip a little bit ahead here right to the end of this POV, and our roamer's a good job, gets good damage out. I jump out, miss that rocket, but I think I get 3 kills, and someone kills himself, so I get credit for 4 kills. What a good hold, right? Like, that was awesome. Running back, app's going crazy in chat, and then, soldier bombs in, and I guess no one was standing on the point, and just kind of got it instantly. So, see the spectrum of emotion there from our scout chat. But what are you gonna do? It was a nice hold. Probably shouldn't have held it regardless. So it was a nice effort. So that's the first round of the entire match. That was a long first round, like 10 minutes or so. And but I think we're all feeling pretty confident. Our team. We had good DM, good communication, and we just got caught out in some weird positions. So this med, I'm pretty sure goes a lot better than the last one. We don't fall out immediately. Our scouts get up top, and we do get picked early. But I try and get up there and push them off the roof so our scout can re-jump back in, and our roamer. Roamer does a nice job of sinking that jump with me. And at this point, we're just really pressuring them out. I spam out. I get a kill on the scout, get a lot of damage on their demo, and then shotty him down. And while everyone was keeping eyes on me there, and I was getting some picks, my team just pushed across point and was able to get all the necessary picks afterwards. This soldier pulls out the skill stick, and you're gonna have to trust me that he didn't kill our medic. As you can see that we have Uber there, but he did go behind for a bit, and I think killed our demo or something. But overall, we end up having to lose mid after I died. I'm sorry that I'm skipping some stuff there that maybe is some context in between lies, but just Snakewater, some long respawns, 15 seconds or so, and that's just, it ends up adding up to like 3 or 4 minutes I don't have to put in this video. So, yeah, we lose mid, but overall, Uber should be very equal if they don't have maybe a small advantage, but it's not looking like they're going to be able to do anything with it. They, Saw Room was really good for us. We were getting a lot of good picks in on these stalemates of Saw Room, and a lot of good damage at least to push off of. You don't always need a pick, especially when equal Ubers are happening, to make a push happen. You just need to call out that you put out really good damage, and you can push off of good damage, because while they're all trying to get buffed up and they're scrambling to fall back a little bit, you can have really good positioning, and just the heal advantage is so important. So scouts try to push in from the flank there, didn't really work out, and I decided, you know what, let's go in. I'd want to go in through left here because I'm hoping to get a pick on the flank. They do a good job at spreading out and get the force out between their combo. So I'm calling for my bed right now. Bad Uber, get out. I'll just buy as much time as I can. I'm jumping around like a moron, and I think I land like, yeah, I get like 40 damage out of the medic, and I think I get air shot there too. Nice shot. But bought us enough time. Skip over, and as you can see, we're still in the stalemate. So it wasn't a terrible Uber, wasn't a great exchange. Would have liked to have done a little bit more damage. Ideally, kill a scout or two on the flank with that push, but you know, I thought it was worth a try at that point. We hadn't done a push from lower. Everything had been through Saw, and it was equal Ubers. Try to catch them off guard and at least get them thinking about that for the rest of the game. So they send their soldiers in. That soldier is literally dancing on our demo's head for a bit there. That was hilarious. I remember calling that in chat. Like, he's on your head. Like, just look up, and then he just, what are you gonna do? Our med goes down in that fight. We've been here before, another last hold. I'm trying to hold up really forward here just to try and catch them out early, get their medic. And this, I think this is a funny moment here. Yeah, this scout just kind of comes out, jumps in front of me, and the way I'm seeing that, like, he's not going to kill, he doesn't know I'm there. He's not going to look there and kill me, and there's no way with our soldier of the high ground, that heavy over there, he's going to do anything. So instead of giving my position away, I'm not going to shoot a 5% rocket or something that might hit him. So I just hold my ground, watch him, make sure he doesn't do anything crazy. But we had a nice little moment there. That was quite beautiful. So holding really forward, I kept expecting them to come out there, and I was calling out to Brick, you know, let me know when you get some damage out. Maybe I can pop in and get a quick frag. And I don't know why they haven't pushed at this point. They either didn't realize our medic got down, or I missed that maybe their medic died in that fight as well. So let's just say their medic died as well, and it's equal Ubers, you know, for their sake. Our demo puts out a ton of damage. I was getting a little concerned with how forward he was getting at times over on the right side, but he managed to stay alive almost the entire time. They push in through lower, and we do not have Uber yet. So our med does a nice, you know, he tries to kite it out behind truck, isn't able to. But we do a nice job. I get the demo, and we're spreading out really well. Our scout gets a nice pick on their pocket soldier, and then I try and get as much damage out on the point as possible, and then our scout and demo just go huge here. Our demo especially. You see our scout gets picked, but honestly, questionable by their med to have not stayed in and taken that fight and gone for it, but I don't mind the decision. He did get all the way out anyway, so not a bad choice by him. We do end up pushing out, and as you can see, like, while I'm down, they lost 5 of 6 players. Only their med was up, and our team did a really good job of, as soon as the spawns got up, we got second, and we got all the way out to mid. So I literally had nothing to do with any of that push, and all of a sudden we have midpoint, so that's pretty cool. Coming in now, Roamer's getting some arrows on the flank. We're kind of getting some heals here, trying to get some picks. Again, we were just as good, me and Brick, at putting out damage in Saw Room, trying to get loose picks. So here, Brick hit some really nice pipes on the pipe. Crazy pipeception. And I run over here, force their medic. Good thing he popped, even though I think I missed that air shot, but regardless, he pops. Bad Uber for us, but we're putting out some really good damage. Brick goes down, but I'm working these scouts as much as I can. Fortunately, I do get picked off here, I think, yeah. Pipes, and their demo did a nice job. So they did a good job of kind of collapsing on us. And our med's just, I'm telling our med, don't just run away, please. I don't know if he survives or not. Let's see. Oh, I assume he doesn't, considering he's at 10%, and we're on last now. So yeah, we lost that point, and push back to our last again, because welcome to sixes, where if you get wiped on sixes, obviously you're gonna be pushed back. You're gonna lose at least 1 or 2 points, and sometimes all the way back to last. So our team was doing a good job at being passive and making sure that we knew when we had a disadvantage. But I think their med went down in that fight at some point. Again, I apologize that, you know, sometimes things will be missed when I cut out those deaths, but it is necessary. So pretty equal Ubers. I missed that air shot because I'm a huge scrub and should probably quit the game, but we do get the pick anyway. And at this point, with a number advantage, and that being their roamer, looking around for stickies, don't want to drop our med. I'm assuming they're going to be around this corner here. They are not. Instead there's a scout, so that's 2. And at this point, like their combo's in a really bad spot here. Hit a little mini air shot, kind of redemption, and we pick up their entire combo. Med does a nice job of popping, went down to 15 HP, so good survival pop. I think their scout actually like dances around. Nope, doesn't get out. So that's a huge amount of numbers we just picked there on a very nice push by us, catching them off. I tried to get a little bit forward, maybe catch them off guard and forward spawns, but you know, nothing but a scout. Hit a nice direct, and I think I actually hit one more little rocket on him, so he's down to like 10 HP. Unfortunately, he didn't die, but I shouldn't have gotten that much damage. The roamer, unfortunately, does jump in and get our medic there, so we should still easily get second just because we had big numbers and we denied the majority of forward spawns there. Always important when you know numbers are down to get on those cap points and deny those forward spawns. Cap mid, second, whatever you have to, as fast as possible when you know that you can stop people from getting those forward spawns, because it can absolutely mean the difference between getting an easy point even without a medic or having to hold whatever point you just capped. So we do end up, you know, it's another little bit of a leapfrog, but we've gotten a good positioning here on Saw Room, and our Uber should be relatively equal. I think they have a bit of an advantage, but as long as we play pretty passively here, we should be able to force them early. So we're playing around in the Saw Room. Soldier really forward here, and again, that's me and Brick doing a really good job again of coordinating any stragglers. They're obviously overextending a little bit too much there, but you know, we did a good job. And then our flank goes pretty nuts there. Brick gets a random crater kill, but there's our scout and our roamer getting good picks, and then yeah, we just roll right in here. This scout didn't stand a chance, so he's dead. There's a demo underneath. He's going to die as well. And while they're pushing 2, I'm just saying 1 scout cap, and then everyone else push in. We're going to have Uber shortly. I think I say get this last 5%, everyone get your buffs, and then we're going in through Shutter. So I think I want them to take the double scouts in. We do the chariot play. So double scouts in. Basically the idea here is take your 2 scouts in, focus the heavy targets, either a heavy or the demos, and then go directly for point. Our medic I didn't really want him to follow them that deep. He should have turned around and then Ubered us after the scouts got the initial flash, but they did enough damage, got enough picks that we get our first round. So long round, but it was fun, and we did a nice job of, it was really back and forth this entire map. So here we go, we're going to be rolling that again, and you know, these rollouts aren't interesting. Don't criticize my rollouts. I'm sure they're not optimal for a pocket or whatever, and I'm probably missing some heals and whatnot, but we, you know, again, lack of scrims, general, everyone being a little new to the whole sixes thing. We did enough. So try to get out, and I see they're not out yet, so I'm going to try and get up there and just get a ton of damage out as much as I can right at the beginning. Just try and get our team a good footing, and it kind of works out. I eat a huge rocket right in my face there, which is unfortunate, and I know that soldier behind us. This soldier single-handedly wins them this mid, I believe, just because I know I'm going to come back here and try and fight this, and at the same time I'm calling for the rest of our team to come back as well. So soldier comes out, missed a couple air shots. I'm not going to be too hard on myself for missing those, but unfortunately I beefed this enough that I think we're going to lose our medic. Yeah, so that's my B right there. Like, I should have been quicker, should have approached that soldier sooner, knowing even though he's got the health pack that I got to get that pick as soon as possible so they can't collapse on us. But their soldiers did a nice job of coordinating while the other one was distracting. The other one comes in as well. Hit a nice little unintentional air shot on that scout while he's just randomly jumping around. And I think we put out just enough damage and got 1 or 2 picks on mid that they can't just roll into second here after we killed those 2 soldiers. And my demo also did a nice job of picking that soldier before he killed me. So they will have an Uber advantage. We need to know that. Brick with the absolute carpet of stickies over there, the most devious sticky trap. And we're gonna hold Saw Room. I tell my roamer, I got this, go hold flank. He rotates over, and I am telling my medic at this point, like, I need you healing me right now, but as soon as I feel pressure, you've got to fall out either through under or, you know, get out through cheese, whatever you have to do. So they should have Uber right now. Our med's at 50%, so he's not going to get up before they push in if they push in appropriately. So I'm telling him be super passive. Get out. So much damage on that demo. I kind of want to prod in and maybe go for the pick, but I just kind of, I hope for the really lucky direct rocket or something, and that's kind of the best you can go for. I don't like that play by them to send a roamer in that early and just hope for the best. And at this point, they've just wasted so much time, lost the numbers. I know we have Uber, and I'm just going to contest this cap point. So I come in. Honestly, I thought that rocket was going to hit. It's a shame it didn't. Looked pretty good. But with Uber, I'm going right in. I get so much damage out on their medic, and I'm pretty sure Scout follows up and finishes that off. So there he goes. Our Uber's just fading now, but pretty confident we only get this pick as well. Take on the fight with full advantage. Demo comes in from behind, and he crunches me, actually. Nice play, and he gets our medic. So really nice job by their Demo there. Single-handedly gets them that point, and then single-handedly get to push us back to last. So pretty sure I skipped this. Nope, I'm going to hold. Okay, so this one respawn, apparently, we keep the entire Demo of. So just to show that, just 3 people alive, holding last. Brick, doing a good job, kind of gets some early damage. They come out to Shutter, and that's a really, really bad push by them. They send in 1 soldier alone, and they also completely bait out their heavy. It could not have been a worse push. I don't know why they didn't go with their medic or something, but they were just late to come into the push. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm so sorry. The half was about 10. There was like 20 seconds left. So they were kind of getting desperate. But at the same time, they could have done better than that. So that's it. That's the end of the first half of this. 30 minutes played and 1-1 stalemate. Again, like I said before, the match did go to a second half after this, as per the rules, which is another 30 minutes, and whoever wins that wins the game. At 3 different occasions, Steam crashed and disconnected 3 players on their team and 3 players on our team, and it was getting really, really frustrating, and it completely ruined the flow of the game. So we ended up losing the second half, I think 3-1, but they played well, and no real excuses. It was fun. I had a good time. I think our team played really well.